Now coming to what is acceptance. Acceptance is when a person made a proposal to another person and that proposal is accepted. That is acceptance. That acceptance must be absolute and unconditional. That means it should not be based on any kind of conditions. The acceptance must be given in the mode prescribed by the person who is giving the offer. The acceptance must be given before the lapse of time. That means if you are giving a particular time to somebody, that you have to, for example, accept this particular offer by 31st March. So that person, 31st March 2020. So that person should give that acceptance before that particular time. Acceptance may be given by any person in case of a journal offer. Fine, if you're not specifying that this particular person is yet to give that acceptance, for example, CEO will give that acceptance, so nobody else will give. But if you are giving that, the company can give the acceptance. So any journal person can give that acceptance in the company who's representing the company. That acceptance must be given by the person to whom the offer is being made or by any authorized person. If the CEO is saying that, for example, manager will give, so manager will give the acceptance. Acceptance must be communicated. You need to tell the other person that you are giving the acceptance. Otherwise ऐसे किसी को पता थोड़ी चलेगा. Mental acceptance is no acceptance, or acceptance must not be derived from silence. You cannot say कि हमें लगा आप समझ जाएंगे कि इसमें acceptance है. ठीक है, तो सामने वाले इंसान को कैसे समझ आएगा? आपको वो acceptance represent करनी पड़ेगी, आपको communicate करनी पड़ेगी. Acceptance must not present to offer. Now, what is consideration? See, consideration is a very important aspect for a valid contract. Consideration means that you are giving something in return for which you are having a contract. So, consideration must always be provided at the desire of the promisor. The person should give the consideration. It may be past, present, or future. It should be some value in the eyes of law. It must be real. It should not be illegal, immoral. Fine. So the contract without consideration, that is void. For example, for love and affection, like for a husband or wife. So for that love and affection, that's not a particularly a contract. For compensation or for voluntary service, for example, you are into army, that is, or something else that you are doing it for voluntary or for your by your own willingness. So that is also one aspect. Charity, for charity, that is not a particular thing for which you can file a case. Capacity to contract. The person should be major, and that means above 18 years of age, should be of sound mind, should not be disqualified by the law. That, for example, law has said that this person is not entitled to do the contract, so that should not be the condition. So who are disqualified? Minor, unsound mind, insolvent, convict, criminal background, and all that. So minor, who's a minor. Unsound mind, you can read. So other persons are aliens. Free consent. Free consent means that there should not be any kind of undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation, or mistake. So coercion, undue influence, it should not be there. Unlawful agreement. An agreement in restraint of marriage, in restraint of trade, in restraint of legal proceedings. Okay, now this is very important. How can we discharge a contract? That means how can we break a contract? How can we say that this contract will not be completed or is completed? That means the contract is over by any means. So discharge by performance, दोनों लोगों ने अपना अपना काम कर लिया. For example, एक ने performance कर लिया, एक ने payment कर लिया, बात खत्म, contract खत्म. Discharge by agreement or consent, they both decided that they will not do this particular contract, so कर दिया उन्होंने wind up. Discharge by impossibility of performance, उनको लगा that अब ये नहीं हो सकता, तो उन्होंने ख़त्म कर दिया उस particular contract को. Discharge by lapse of time, आपको बोला गया था आप इस particular time तक कर लीजिए, वो time lapse हो गया, अब आप नहीं हो गया, अब वो contract ख़त्म हो गया. डिस्चार्ज बाय ऑपरेशन ऑफ लॉ, लॉ ने बोला कि हाँ इसको आप डिस्चार्ज कर दीजिए, वो हो गया. डिस्चार्ज बाय ब्रीच ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, आपने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की कोई टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन ब्रेक करी, वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट डिस्चार्ज हो गया. और बाय ऑपरेशन ऑफ लॉ कब कब होता है आपका? डेथ में होता है, मर्जर में होता है, इंसॉल्वेंसी में होता है. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट यू कैन से जिन में ये होता है. सो फॉर एनी डाउट्स यू कैन कॉन्टैक्ट मी ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर ID only. So I will discuss it in the next part, indemnity, guarantee. So we'll discuss it in the next particular slides.